How's it going, everybody? Hope we're all doing alright today. Back with a brand new video, and today, finally, I'm going to be talking about Bigfoot again. But we're also going to be talking about the big cat phenomenon as well in the UK, and how the two of them might be linked to the phenomenon that is seen of dead animals, namely species of deer that are being found in the countryside hung up in trees. So yeah, if you'd like to hear my thoughts and theories about this topic, please stick around to find out more. Tell you what, guys, weather-wise at the moment, where I am in the UK, it is like a goddamn rainforest. Hot, wet, sticky, humid, you name it. It's like a rainforest around here at the moment. You know, rainy, classic British summertime weather, but it's still bloody boiling, you know, and yeah, it's not good. It's good for the plant life, of course. You know, everything is booming tree-wise and plant-wise at the moment in our local woodlands. But yeah, I was sorting my animals out this morning and my shirt was soaked. Honestly, God, man, it was bloody boiling in my room. And I'm already potting around and sorting out the waters and stuff like that and spot cleaning them. And yeah, I look like I'd literally just been dipped in a tank of water. It's horrible. So yeah, the topic today is dead animals that are being left up in the treetops in our countryside. And this has been something that I've been wanting to talk about for quite a while. And you know, there's pictures of this phenomenon that have been reported in the news in this country, and I'll share those pictures with you in this video, and you can decide yourself what you think. But yeah, it's not only just seen in this country, but it's a phenomenon that's seen worldwide, and oftentimes it is associated with, you know, cryptozoological creatures like Bigfoot, dogmen, possibly UFO activity. Yeah, it's literally people like myself who are into this topic, and people who are just obviously not into it, just walking the dog in the countryside, or they're out there with their friends and they're just sort of nonchalantly exploring and shooting the breeze, and then they come across these dead deer that are hung up in trees with absolutely no explanation. Sometimes they're in various states of decay, and then sometimes, you know, they're like they've just been killed that morning and they've been left up there for some reason. So these pictures that I'm about to share with you illustrates what I'm talking about. These people are finding these dead animals hung up in trees in various different states of decay. Like this one obviously is, you know, very much torn open and looks like it's rotting away, and then this one looks like it could have just been killed, you know, that very same morning that whoever has found these pictures has discovered it. And yeah, it's interesting because these pictures, to my knowledge, are all in the south of the UK, you know, just sort of south of London, West Sussex type of area. As far as I know, they haven't been found from up north or anything like that. So what could it be? What animal or what thing has done this? Well, again, you know, there's a lot of theories in the world of cryptozoology as to what can explain these mystery animal killings, and of course one of them is Bigfoot, which of course we'll talk about right now. It's a phenomenon is this that allegedly is seen quite a lot over in the States and Canada, and yeah, I think there was a podcast I was listening to where this sort of behaviour by Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call it, was exhibited right in front of an eyewitness. And I'm going to try and find the links for these videos and leave them down in the description. But there was one where this lady was out hunting and she was sat in a ghillie suit, of course, just waiting for, you know, an animal to come across that she was going to, you know, I presume kill for bushmeat. But something else had already beat her to it, and while she was sat there, she managed to record an alleged family of Sasquatch moving across, you know, this woodland area where she was, and she recorded it. And one of them, we're presuming a big male, has got a dead deer slung over his shoulder, and he's just carrying it like, you know, he's carrying a sack of potatoes. Now, having said that, her reaction in this video is a little bit animated, and a lot of people have called it into question whether it's a hoax. Me personally, I take that on board, but looking at this, you know, alleged dead deer, it looks pretty real to me. So I don't know. So there's that, and then there's the William Jevning fella who has been running a podcast series that I've just recently discovered actually, about Bigfoot, and you know, he gets eyewitnesses on the show to talk about their encounters and experiences. And there was one in particular, again, a hunter who, you know, he was out doing his thing, you know, tracking deer, bush meat, and you know, he had a deer cornered in an opening in this forest, and which is very strange, anyways, for starters, is to, you know, track down a deer, stalk a deer to be able to kill one. You know, I'm under the impression it's not an easy thing to do. I mean, it's difficult to follow a deer anyways if you just want to observe them like I do, never mind to kill one. But yeah, so he had this deer cornered, and then this great big Sasquatch jumped out and literally necked this deer right in front of this person and then took off. And yeah, I think that'd be me dead on the spot as well. I'd probably have a heart attack. So the case for Bigfoot in this country, at least, is that the British Bigfoot research page on Facebook, which, you know, a couple hundred members on that page, you know, all interested in this phenomena. I have mentioned them before, and there's a lot of eyewitness accounts of people who have found mutilated animal remains, and even people post pictures about it sometimes. And it's usually a prelude to something else happening, either it be an actual visual one-on-one encounter with a creature, or whether it just be vocalizations or what. But yeah, it could be the work of our own, you know, UK Wildman, the British Bigfoot, possibly. So the other big contender, at least in this country, I think, as to what is doing this, is our mystery big cat population. That, of course, includes black leopards and mountain lions. You know, there's a couple of other species that are allegedly out there. Some people have reported seeing lions, jaguars, things like that, lynxes. You know, they're all possible contenders, but by far and large, it's black jaguars and mountain lions that are seen in this country. And yeah, I think personally, this is the more likely of the two, just purely based off of my zoological knowledge. And again, even if you yourself watching this, you know, if you're into your nature documentaries and whatnot, it's pretty common behaviour. Leopards are very, very good at hauling up their food items. Once they brought down a gazelle or antelope, some kind of creature like that in the wild in Africa, they're very good at shimmying them up a tree out of the way of predators that are higher up on the food chain than they are. Because a good, you know, good size male leopard, you know, probably around 120 pounds, you know, and you know, I weigh just shy of 200 pounds on account of a big beer belly. But you know, 120 pounds for, you know, a carnivorous cat, it's quite a big animal, is that. And then of course you go further up the scale with something like a lion that weighs in excess of 400 pounds. But what is interesting is that leopards can carry 3 times their own body weight. And you know, if it's an animal that's 120 pounds, it can pick something up that is the size of a lion. I keep slipping all over the place today, guys. Very, very wet and slippy today. So yeah, something like a deer, you know, a big buck white-tailed deer, it's going to be heavier than a leopard, you know, so I see no reason why not that couldn't be a real, you know, possible contender as to what is doing this across the UK. The bottom line though, guys, is what does this mean really? I mean, these, you know, dead animals, they're becoming more and more frequently found. But what is, you know, quite frankly, a very worrying correlation is the fact that big cat sightings are on the up in this country, and particularly the last 18 months through, you know, everything that our nation has been through, with being locked in and then let out again, and you know, back and forth. Excuse me. These sightings, whether they be, you know, Bigfoots, dogmen, or big cats, they're becoming more and more frequent and regular. But the big cats in particular, again, the Bigfoot page that I'm on, you know, like we're getting like big cat reports like very, very frequently at the moment. You know, personally, again, going back to my animal knowledge, I think it's because they're breeding, because they've got a very, very well established, you know, habitat in this country, which I've talked about before. You know, and if you wanted me to talk about it again, I suppose I could do a recap video. But yeah, they've got the habitat, they've got the food supply. There's so many animals out here for, you know, a black leopard to pick off very, very quietly and discreetly. They don't even have to be deer, and that includes our rodent population, and then rabbits and squirrels and birds and so forth. You know, fish. It's like a big deer like that. Keep a black leopard going for quite a while. You know, it wouldn't have to kill again for quite a bit. You know, so that's quite interesting. So yeah, I think that is what it factors down to, the fact that they've got the habitat in this country, they've got the food source. You know, and we've not been around as much on account of COVID, so they've been feeling probably a bit more relaxed. But also, you know, leopards in particular, once they feel comfortable, they're quite quick to lose the fear of humans, which is very worrying. There was one report I remember reading about a couple of weeks ago on the page, that it was in a McDonald's driveway somewhere in Wales, and it was backed by a hedgerow between that and the restaurant. And this black leopard leaped over the hedgerow into the drive-through and then jumped back up again. You know, it's just crazy, like, with how adaptable these animals are, how good their hearing is, sense of smell, that they would even go anywhere near human habitation like that. But again, I've spoke about this in my big cat video. You look at a place like Delhi in India, there's over 200, I think it's actually 250 urban leopards that are, you know, living in that city. And living there quite comfortably, not in a rainforest, in a bloody city. Do you know what I mean? So our tiny little island that's full of farm fields and woodland, paradise to them is this place. So there you have it. That's my personal take on this phenomena. I think this is the work of the big cat problem in this country. And you know, stay tuned, because I'm sure I'll be making more videos about this as time goes on. Because these encounters, you know, if they're following any sort of trajectory and trend, they're going to get even more common. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to make a nice little quick video today. Stick around to the end for a massive outtake. My arms are killing right now with nettle stings, by the way. Give you a little clue as to what I did. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and you know, hopefully if I can stay on the ball and keep pumping them out regularly like I used to. You know, I've got a couple more videos sort of in line for the next few weeks. So yeah, stay tuned. But if you have any theories yourself about this phenomenon that you'd like to share with me, I would love to know. I love the discussion that we have on this channel. And yeah, like the video if you want, leave a comment, share it on your social media. It's actually starting to rain again, so I'm going to go home. And yeah, I'll see you all further on down the road. Bye bye. So these pictures that I'm going to show you now, to my knowledge, they're all, you know, of origin in this country, in the UK, mainly from down south, such as, you know, south of London, you know, West Sussex type of area. And as you can see, one of them in particular is in a massive state of decay, whereas another one looks like, oh, fuck.